I came to win.
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O, I ain't come to play with you.
Yeah.
Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up.
Yeah.
I can't spend the day with you. I'm out of my...
Okay, Coach. Well, with the Ohio River and the hills of Kentucky just to our right, we welcome you into Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Cincinnati Bengals. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go now, let's go now, let's go now. 50, win. Let's go.
On first down, Moss. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Let him go by a little too easily there.
Well, that's what we saw on film, isn't it? His head goes down oftentimes when he goes to punch, when he's trying to block. And when you do that, you can't see your target. He went right past him and made the play.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be third down.
Here we go. 30 pace, let's go. Tires wrinkle, tires on wrinkle. Wrinkle. 4 down, check, 4 down. 26 months.
Back to throw. He sets to fire deep. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds, back near their own 20.
Here Too little, wide, get wide.
They'll run on first down. Parker. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Check three.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Settles the mic. First. I got you, son. Whip.
Good route here.
Check 37. Shoot.
Black.
Check 43.
On third down, Cousins. Over the middle, complete. It's Barker. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
I'm going to run you over.
Hey, Delta.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati first down.
I'm going to come back to you.
On first down, it's Barker. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
47 to Mike, 47. Check, 47.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. It's caught here by Adams. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, just keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
All right, now here we go.
Room here to run. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. John Ross, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. The 20, 10, touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. 78 yards as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And that is how you retaliate. After getting scored on one play, big pass downfield, and you hit the end zone.
Almost feels like 2 boxers just throwing haymakers at each other, doesn't it? One connects with a big one, the other comes right back. Okay, I'll show you. And they attacked right back on the first play of the drive and hit them big.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
Hey, watch this. Watch. Smooth. 37's the Mike.
Here's Cousins. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that that fell harmlessly to the ground.
29 is the Mike. Mike 20. Leave it. Bring up 48. Watch the slant. 29.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Cameron Jordan, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Here's Drew Kaiser now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. He returns the punt 64 yards on the score. And the Saints have taken the lead. And we always talk about kick returns being so exciting on kickoffs. Punt return almost equally exciting.
And typically we talk about the kickoff return being the most exciting 10 seconds in football. Let's just cut it in half for a punt return and make it the most exciting 5 seconds in football. It's a great, glamorous, dashing play.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
In your face.
Yellow.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Cousins. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Working out of the gun, Cousins got his man. It's Eifert. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Here's Drew Kaiser now. Remember, his first attempt was returned for a touchdown. Fielded just inside the 20. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. The tackle goes to Harrison Smith.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here's Kamara off the draw. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Ready. 50's the mark. Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Mike 50. Mike 50. Shit. Come on, huh? Mike Delta. 50. You don't want now, baby. Ready, go.
Out of the gun now on third down. And this is going to be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Here's Brett Kern now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Ross on the return. That looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Get him. Alert flare.
They'll try the left side. Barker. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Tight end left.
Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
10 yards there on a Bengal first. He's fresh off that 3-touchdown performance last week that got him AFC Offensive Player of the Week, so you know that he was already on their radar. Now he's maybe even a bigger plane on their radar.
Bigger plane. I mean, he is the big dot on that screen that they're looking at and saying, how in the heck do we stop him? They're going to try a bunch of different things, different people covering him. But right now, he's locked in and is in sync with his quarterback.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A nice yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah.
And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
26 Mike. Push him back. Push him back.
They'll look to throw here. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
We got 4.
Second and 9 now. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Go, go.
Back to throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jordan Willis in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
The Bengals drive about to get going. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a give right side. It's Barker. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. They'll run on first down. It's Barker. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage.
At their 48-yard line.
Jahan, Landy! First.
Defense, our time. It's our time.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins. And he will find his man on the outside. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 40.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
To throw is Cousins. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's taken down inside the 30. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. On first down, Barker. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Cousins. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 14. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it. SOS.
Black.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Check 52. Here we go, 48. Black.
Throwing on 2nd down. Cousins. He's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long.
Bang. Hey, we're good.
29 is the Mike 29.
Final play of the half, Cousins. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt.
A 38-yard attempt.
Tavecchio puts this one through, and that will do it for this first half. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night, as we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Gun. Here we go. Here we go. I got 29.
I know, easy.
47's the mic. 47's the mic.
Hey, come on out here. Two.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it.
X3. 218. One touch.
From the 22, Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
It's now third down.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
First.
Hey, check 24.
And instead, they want to throw it off play action. To the left side here for Eifert. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Here's Drew Kaiser now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. Wow, evasive.
Make a miss.
And call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
26 Mike. Hey. 26 Mike. Here we go, D. Get off the field.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's got his man on the out route. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll be a Saints 1st down on a pickup of 13.
1st down, New Orleans.
Sad Hunt. 6 orange.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense. Watch ball, dog. Back.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Moss. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. And down to the 27-yard line. A big hitter there. A 1st down gain of 26 yards. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little, and oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
26 months. 3 buzz, 3 buzz, 3 buzz. 25.
Right back to him on first down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Watch out.
Hey, switch gears. Check 28. 26.
Ready.
They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Now Lutz for the field goal try. This from 42 yards out. And Lutz puts this one through. And that will tie things at 17 all. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good 3-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
That'll be taken in the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Saints. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Check it back.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And it'll be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range. But boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 19-yard line.
The hunt. 180. Check right 42 through.
Here we go.
What's that?
Cousins to throw it. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The hunt. 180. Listen to me. 5.
He's checking.
Crack black.
Alert 3.
Bingo.
Alert 3. Kill.
Wait, that.
From the gun, here's Cousins. He's got his man, Boyd. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
A first down throw for Cousins. Throw left side complete. That's Barker. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Good route here.
To throw, Cousins. And Adams has it, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
That's a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
Cousins on first down. He completes it to Bull. But he's taken down inside the 30. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. They'll run it now out of the gun. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And that's complete to Adams. And down inside the 15 he goes. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 14. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy.
Joker. Undercrunch.
On first down, it's Barker. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Credit the tackle there to Uchenna Nwosu.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Barker. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and 9.
And the Bengals on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Cousins. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Vecchio good on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Vecchio. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time, one-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance. Maybe play action? I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end. Tight end's right. 3 down. 3 down. Hey, check. 3 down. 3 down. 26 Mike. 26 Mike. Hey, let's get some ready.
2nd and 3. Throw right side, going to be complete to Moss. And the ball is knocked out, and the Bengals grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Don't be scared of it. He's coming.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Hey, yo. 36. Sponge.
They'll run on first down. Barker, he'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge. You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Cousins. He gets this one to Boyd. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Barker, and he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Cousins now to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the fourth quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Second and 2. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The Saints on third down, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Charlie. 26 Mike. 26 Mike. Get ready. Get ready. 26 Mike. 26 Mike. Yes. 26 Mike. 26.
They'll set up to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 29. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
On first down, it's Barker. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Second and 10 at the 50-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Leave it, 48.
Cousins now from the 50. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA, with a sack. And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Cousins. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Room to run inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys. They'll
keep it on the ground. Barker. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Watch him, bring it, 48. Out. Hey, alert 3.
They'll try the left side. It's Barker, and he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining.
A 45-yard attempt.
The kick by Tavecchio is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. Yeah, he'll find Hall. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 32, and the return stops at the 39-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
At the 38-yard line.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.